Welcome to the deep dive. There's something undeniably special about food, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. It connects everyone.
Exactly. It's way more than just fuel. It's like a universal language, culture, memory, connection. It's all tied up in there. And if you're learning English, diving into food vocabulary is just such a rich, rewarding way to connect.
It really is. Practical and cultural all at once.
So today we're digging into this fantastic resource, one that really helps you get a handle on English food and eating words. And we're not just talking about lists here.
No, definitely not.
It's about understanding the structures, the kind of everyday phrases you need to, well, talk confidently about anything food related. Think of it as getting fluent in flavor.
That's a great way to put it. Our mission really is to pull out the most useful bits from this guide. We want to show you how some, well, seemingly simple phrases are actually powerful communication tools. They can help you express taste, preference, texture, all with a bit more finesse. It's sort of a shortcut to sounding, genuinely articulate when you're talking about food, not just like you've memorized the list.
Right, moving beyond just knowing the words. So, what's on the agenda for this deep dive? We'll start with the basics, the essential food words, but quickly get into the more descriptive stuff, tastes, textures, how things are cooked.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Then how to talk about what you love, or maybe what you try to avoid with a bit more nuance. Then we'll hit restaurants, how to handle ordering, and more.
Crucial skills there.
And finally, wrap up with some everyday expressions, maybe some idioms that just make your food conversations sound more natural. So, yeah, expect some useful tips and maybe a few surprises along the way. Okay, let's get into it. Starting with the foundations. I mean, we probably all know words like rice, bread, meat, chicken, fish, vegetables, fruit, the real basics.
Sure, those are the building blocks.
But where this guide gets interesting is moving beyond just naming them. How do we start actually describing these things? How do we talk about the experience of eating them?
Exactly. That's where the descriptive words are key. So instead of just, I like chicken, maybe you say, I really enjoy roasted chicken, especially the crispy skin.
Ah, okay. Big difference.
Huge difference. Or maybe I prefer grilled fish because it has that smoky flavor. And what's really useful is mastering adjectives like savory, sweet, sour, bitter, spicy, creamy, crunchy.
The textures and tastes.
Right. Because they let you explain how something engages your senses, It turns I eat fruit into something much more vivid, like I love the juicy sweetness of a ripe mango. It just paints a better picture.
I like that. Moving from just the what to the how it feels or how it tastes makes the whole conversation richer, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So once you have those descriptors down, the next step is obviously opinions, likes and dislikes. We know I like and I don't like. But this resource offers more nuanced ways to say it.
Which is important in social situations.
Yeah, exactly. So for things you enjoy, sure, you can say, I love pizza. But you could also say, I'm quite fond of pasta, or I absolutely adore fresh berries. They just sound a bit more refined, maybe.
They show different levels of enthusiasm, right?
Right. And for dislikes, instead of a flat, I don't like fish, you could soften it with, I'm not a huge fan of fish, or maybe even, I can't stand cilantro, if you feel strongly.
Cilantro is definitely one of those love it or hate it things.
It really is.
And using phrases like, I'm not keen on, or it's not really my thing is, as you said, a bit softer. It's that social lubricant idea. I hate onions is clear, sure, but sometimes a little too blunt, maybe if someone's cooked for you.
Good point. You don't want to seem ungrateful.
Precisely. And the source mentions this fun little game idea, too, just quickly firing preferences back and forth, like spicy food.
Love it.
Mushrooms.
Not a huge fan. It's a quick, easy way to practice these phrases.
And find common ground, or, agree to disagree.
It's those little shifts in language that make interactions feel more natural, more connected. Our guide has this neat little dialogue example. What's your favorite cuisine to cook?
Okay.
I'm quite fond of Italian. The simple, fresh ingredients are just so satisfying. What about you?
Nice.
Oh, I really enjoy trying new Asian recipes. The aromatic spices and vibrant flavors are always exciting.
Yeah, lots to explore there.
Do you ever find yourself struggling with a particular ingredient?
Uh-oh.
Oh, definitely. I'm not a huge fan of okra, actually. I find the slimy texture a bit challenging.
There's that texture thing again.
Yeah.
See how that works. It's not just I like or I don't like. It's a proper back and forth. They ask follow-up questions, share a little vulnerability about the okra.
Yeah, it feels like a real chat.
It does. And for you listening, maybe take a second out.
Yeah.
What's a food texture you can't stand? or a type of food you just adore. Try phrasing it with some of those more nuanced options.
Good idea. Okay, so let's take these skills, describing food, expressing preferences politely, and put them into action in a very common scenario. Eating out.
Ah, the restaurant.
Right. It's not just about saying what you want. It's the whole interaction, isn't it? And the resource gives us some key phrases that go beyond just, I want the chicken.
Definitely need more than that.
So things like, could I see the menu, please? Using could makes it sound more polite.
Standard practice.
Then ordering, I'd like the grilled salmon with a side of steamed vegetables. Specific, and using I'd like, which is softer than I want.
The conditional would is key there.
And maybe for the table. Can we get a pitcher of water, please? Again, could, and then giving feedback. Oh, this is delicious, or the steak was cooked perfectly.
Compliments are always nice.
And finally, could we have the bill, please? Or maybe, could we get the check whenever you're ready? Adding that last bit softens it even more.
And that touches on something really important about, well, politeness norms in English-speaking contexts. Using modal verbs like could, would, may, it's not just optional. It's pretty much expected in service situations.
Right, it signals respect.
Exactly. Feels much less demanding than I want.
Understanding why we use these, that politeness strategy, helps make the whole dining experience smoother for everyone. It follows that natural flow. Ask for menu, order, maybe comment, ask for the bill.
Absolutely. The guide even includes a nice little role-play example. Picture this. Waiter says, welcome. Ready to order? Or need a few more minutes?
Okay.
You might say, thanks. Actually, could you recommend something? Maybe something particularly fresh today.
Good question to ask.
Waiter suggests the fish special. You say, oh, that sounds lovely. I think I'll have that, please. And perhaps a glass of iced tea.
Clear order.
Waiter confirms. Excellent choice. And the special comes with roasted potatoes. Is that okay?
You.
Perfect. Thank you. See? It's smooth, polite, uses descriptive words. It really flows well. It shows how you string together those polite requests, the descriptive bits, the confirmations. It becomes a natural conversation, not just a transaction.
And speaking of understanding, let's test your listening skills. We've got a listening challenge here. I'll describe someone's order, listen closely for the details, the specific words they use. Ready?
Listening.
Hi there. I think I'll start with the creamy tomato soup. Then for the main course, I'd like the spicy beef stir-fry, but could I get it with brown rice instead of white? And to drink, just a glass of sparkling water with lemon, please.
Okay, got it. Soup, main, rice preference, drink.
All right, so what did they order? Let's break it down. They wanted the creamy tomato soup, the spicy beef stir-fry with brown rice, and sparkling water with lemon. Did you catch all those details, especially the brown rice swap?
It's those little modifiers and specifics that really test if you're actively listening, not just hearing the main words.
Exactly. It's crucial in dynamic situations like ordering. Okay, let's broaden out a bit now. Beyond just restaurants, let's talk about everyday expressions related to food and eating.
Ah, the ones that add a bit of local flavor, so to speak.
Precisely. The phrases that make you sound, well, more like a native speaker, things that add color.
Yeah.
So our guide highlights some good ones. Instead of just, I'm hungry, maybe I'm famished, or the classic, I could eat a horse if you're really starving.
Dramatic, but effective.
And instead of just, I'm full, you might say, I'm absolutely stuffed, or maybe, no more for me, thanks, I'm comfortably full.
A slightly more polite way of saying you've had enough.
We also get into idioms, right? Like to spill the beans.
Which isn't about beans at all.
No. It means revealing a secret. Or you can't have your cake and eat it too. Meaning you can't have two good things if they're contradictory.
And what's really interesting here is how these idioms show food is just woven into the fabric of the language, you know? They're metaphors. And it raises a question, doesn't it? How do these sort of colorful metaphorical phrases let us express feelings or situations around food or even unrelated things in a richer way than just literal descriptions? They tap into shared culture.
They really do add personality. Okay, let's try putting some of this into practice. For everyone listening, think about how you'd answer these questions using some of the descriptive words or maybe even an idiom we've talked about. Try saying your answers out loud.
Good exercise.
First, what do you usually eat for breakfast, and how would you describe its taste or texture? Second, if you're absolutely famished before lunch, what's your go-to snack? Third, what's your ultimate comfort food dinner and what makes it so appealing?
Comfort food.
And fourth, imagine you're ordering for someone who is, let's say, not keen on very savory foods. What might you suggest?
Tricky one.
Just to give you some ideas, you might answer something like, for breakfast, I usually have creamy Greek yogurt with crunchy granola. It's got that nice contrast. Or if I'm famished, I might grab a handful of nuts, quick and easy.
Practical.
My comfort food is definitely mac and cheese. It has to be super cheesy and gooey. Or for my friend, maybe I'd suggest the poached fish. It's usually quite mild and delicate.
See how those answers are much more specific and engaging? Using those extra words makes a big difference.
It really does. Okay, so let's wrap this up. What are the big takeaways from this deep dive? We've covered quite a bit of ground.
We have indeed.
We started with basic food words, but quickly moved to richer descriptions, tastes, textures, cooking methods. Then we looked at expressing likes and dislikes more effectively, more politely.
Using phrases like quite fond of or not a huge fan of.
Right. Then we tackled the restaurant scenario, ordering, requesting, commenting, all with that crucial politeness. We even did that listening challenge.
Don't forget the everyday idioms and expressions too. Famished, stuffed, spill the beans.
Yes, all that great stuff that adds color.
And I think the main point really that comes from this source material is that knowing words isn't enough. It's about understanding how and when to use them. It's the application. Consistent practice, trying these phrases out in real conversations, even just mentally describing your own meals, that's what turns theoretical knowledge into actual fluid communication.
So really using it.
Exactly. And that kind of brings up a final question, doesn't it?
Right.
How does actively engaging with this language, really thinking about how you talk about food, change your relationship with the words themselves? It's moving from just knowing about them to truly using them. It connects language directly to your senses, to your experiences.
That's a great point. And maybe a final thought to leave everyone with. Think about this. Engaging with the language of food doesn't just improve your English. It can actually deepen your experience of food itself.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, when you can find the right words to describe the crispness of an apple, the umami depth of a mushroom soup, the zesty tang of lemon, you're paying closer attention. You're noticing more.
You're appreciating it more.
Exactly. It makes you a more mindful eater, maybe. So every meal, every snack becomes this little opportunity for discovery, both linguistic discovery and, well, culinary discovery. It's a pretty delicious way to learn, I think.
Can't argue with that. A tasty way to expand your world